Hello, beautiful souls. I'm happy to be here with you once again, and today I'm going to bring through a message from the Council of 12 about this coronavirus and see what they have to share to just bring more comfort to people who are feeling stressed through all of this, and just a curiosity about what is going on, this global pandemic with this virus. And then I will follow with light language, as I always do, and the light language can really help dispel the fears and help us move through these troubling times. And before I begin, I just want to state that Monday, March 16th, so this may not be posted until then, 3 o'clock Pacific time, I'm going to be live on Quantum Conversations with Lauren Gailey, and I'm going to do a live light language transmission at that time about what's going on with this virus, and also some live freedom release technique clearing. So I will put the link below if you would like to join that call. I'd love to have you there and just supporting this energy that we'll be doing. When I do the light language on this call, it will be everyone on the call coming together in their heart space to help project and anchor the energy from the light language, and for everyone to put their own loving intention into what the light language is bringing through. So it's really a beautiful opportunity for us to come together and intensify the effects of the light language with each person putting their intention in there. And there's also replays available, so even if you're not listening to it live and you're listening to it on the replay, you can still add your intention, because in reality there is no time, everything's happening at once. So you can add your intention, it will have the same impact of being live, and everyone who ever puts their intention into the light language as they're listening, it will be as if it's all happening at the same time. So I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so pardon me, that yawning is clearing. So I will be right back to bring in the Council of 12 and the channeling that they want to bring through. Okay, so here are the Council of 12. Greetings, beloveds. Greetings from the love and light of the Creator. Greetings from the great central sun as we come before you in joy and delight to have this opportunity to speak to so many of you in these times of stress and turmoil upon this, your planet Earth. And we say to you, dear ones, we invite you to be aware and to be up to date on what is happening with this virus, and at the same time to also find a way to drop into the stillness of your own heart and notice how the virus is moving and shifting. Pardon me, obviously just as I'm bringing them through, clearing is also happening. This yawning is how I clear in the freedom release technique. So when I do that, there's energy running through my body that is clearing. So I just want to let you know that as I'm yawning through this channeling. Indeed, dear ones, because there is much to be cleared. There is a lot of fear being created in the process of the awareness of this virus and how it is moving around the world. And we want you to know that the greatest reprieve, the greatest protection always is to come into your own heart, find the stillness within, keep your presence within yourself. Do not allow yourself to be lost in the scramble and move out into the chaos. It is those who are ready and willing to face whatever life has to deliver, because life is always an unknown. This virus, because you're hearing about it traveling the world, you think that there's more probability of you coming into harm's way than in your regular daily life experience. But we would say to you, dear ones, you could have a car accident, you could fall off the edge of a cliff, things could happen at any time if it's what is meant to happen for you in your life experience, whether it is the end of your life experience or an illness or an injury. It can happen at any time. It's just that you don't know the probability of it ahead of time. So we would like you to consider this and think about this when you are in this time of such media focus and concentration on what is happening with this pandemic. Now, of course, it is important to be wise and be smart and be discerning in how you're moving about the world at this time. It is smart to think about where you're going. Perhaps you're going to cancel travel plans. Perhaps not even so much because you may get the virus, but you may become stranded in an area where you don't want to be. So all of these factors need to be taken into consideration. It is definitely a time, because of the way this is spreading and because of the awareness that people have of it, and therefore so many people are staying home, that transportation is being affected. So it's important for you to be discerning. And at the same time, we want you to know that it doesn't mean that you're going to get sick and get this virus and die, or that others that you know are going to get sick and die. And also, if that does happen, it's just a different way. It's instead of getting hit by a car or falling off a cliff. These sound like extremes, but we're just trying to get the message through here that it is because you have awareness that this probability is there, that it is creating the panic, but yet that probability, if it is your time to go, if it is your time to be sick, if it is your time to be injured, is always there. So in that way, we would like you to come to know that life is delivering to you what serves your highest good. So most of the people who listen to this message will be free of any illness whatsoever. And many of the people that listen to this message have that inner stillness, have that place of inner calm. Know that it's discerning not to be traveling at this time, but it's not because they're afraid they will become sick, because they know it's not in their life plan to have this illness. And for those who do not hold that internal knowing and that internal awareness, it is to you that we are speaking about this understanding that if it is your time for something to happen to you, it will happen to you. If it is not your time, or if you do not need the understanding and the personal growth that will come from such a thing as contracting this illness, then it will not happen to you. So we say this because we want you to know that you are in harmony with your soul. Your soul is supporting you and guiding you in this life journey and leading you to what serves your highest good. And humans have a way of wanting life to always be sweet and joyful, not understanding that the challenges in life offer great gifts. You come to this planet to learn and grow. You come here to discover your mastery. You come here to remember your autonomy. You come here to come back to your heart. You come here to forget the way to the heart and find your way back to the heart. And we would say to you, dear ones, that in the energy of these times, in this fifth dimensional frequency that you are now swimming in, that now permeates this earth, you could be living the lives of the new earth now. And it is because so many people have not found their way back into their internal knowing that they can be pulled out of their center. They can be scattered by such things as this fear that is being relayed about this virus. So many people are dropping into fear around this. They are being pulled out of their center. Their minds are being scattered in many different directions, and therefore they are not empowered to be creating the life that they choose for themselves. They are being bounced around by whatever is being told to you as your truth right now. Your truth is the truth that you choose to believe, that you accept as your reality. That is your truth. And if you have the power, you can choose to believe that you are perfectly well through this whole process. You can choose to believe that your role in all of this is to be of service and to stay calm and put more energy of calmness into the world and to be witness and to offer love to the world, not in a way that it is too much work. This one worked with a woman this morning who is a light worker and very dedicated to being of service, but she was giving away so much that she was actually being depleted herself. And so the message to her was that her presence is enough. She is a light worker. She holds love frequency, and that is enough to be impacting the world. And the message was for all of us light workers, because I am one myself who I do not dedicate every day to offering light and love into the world or being of service. I do this briefly for perhaps 5 minutes. So all of us can step up the game a little bit, you could say, in offering light to the world and seeing people in wellness and basically doing the opposite of what the fear is doing, projecting love into the world, knowing that everyone is experiencing exactly what they're meant to be experiencing for their own personal growth and evolution. And please do not see this as blaming people who get sick for having done something wrong. Or so many people say, well, you're blaming me for my life experience. People do not want to hear that. And yet we say to you, dear ones, it's time for humanity to grow up in the sense that you need to take responsibility for your thoughts. You are far beyond the time when you are taking responsibility for your thoughts, because in this high frequency energy that you are now in, you are creating faster and faster with your thoughts. The more you are able to stay in your center through this and to stay in peace, the more there will be less fear energy in the world and more energy of calmness and stillness that will allow this whole thing to subside. Because we would say to you that such events are created out of the mental field. Everything in creation begins with the mental. The all that is had a thought that created all that is. And so where you put your focus, where you allow your thoughts to go, is what is being created not only for yourself, but for everyone on this planet, because it all comes together as the mass consciousness, which then creates. And so the more people who understand that it is a responsibility to become aware of your thoughts, a responsibility to choose with your thoughts, then the sooner you will find that things will begin to change in this earthly plane. And even this one, as she speaks, knows that there are many who have been hesitant to say such words, because there can be a backlash for people who don't understand this process and who believe in the experiences outside and don't know that they have any power over that or any ability to have an effect on their own personal life experience. And so we speak to those of you who know that you have that ability, who know that you create your life experience. We speak to you and we say to you, dear ones, find your inner calm. Everyone can be pulled outside of themselves by the activities in the world. And so when you find yourself feeling stressed, recognize that, come back in, find your inner calm, find your way to your heart, find your way to stillness. And know that when you come to that place of inner stillness within the heart, it doesn't matter what life delivers to you. you understand and accept that somehow it is serving you. And do not think that this one is speaking this from a place of privilege or never having gone through difficulty. She has sunk as far as many of you have regarding the challenges of life and the struggles of life. It is because she has been through it that she can speak this in truth, because she has moved through it herself. There was a time in her life, in her teenage years, where she cared nothing about herself. She would do anything. It didn't matter what happened to her because there was no self-love there. She has done her work to move through it. And we say this only so you know that this channel is speaking from experience. And so if resistance and hesitation comes up about seeing the silver lining in struggle, know that it is possible, because this one has found it. And what that silver lining is that the soul comes here to learn and grow. That's the reason you come to this earthly plane, is to learn and grow. And you do that not by everything being peachy keen and going perfectly and, oh, la-ti-da, I'm so bored. That's not how you do it. You do it by being challenged and pushed, and also to have that balanced with ease and grace. And the only reason that it may not be balanced with ease and grace is because you get so caught up in the challenge and what that means, and don't let yourself to completely move through it, and don't allow yourself the time to process the emotions connected to it. Instead, you run away from them, and then you keep running into the challenges and don't find the balance. So we know we are touching on many topics here, and we wanted to bring this information through as an education for all of you, as an opportunity for all of you. We want to plant this seed of the responsibility of humanity to begin choosing what it is you want in your world. For too long, beloveds, you have been bounced around by what's happening, and as soon as you choose that you are going to intently focus on creating what you would like to see in your world, then that leads you to choosing what your thoughts are going to be. First, being aware of what your thoughts are. First, you need to be in your center enough to know what your thoughts are in every moment, and then to witness the thoughts that are troubling, that are not what it is you want to be creating, and say, oh, wait a minute, no, I'm choosing to create a different reality for myself. I understand where these thoughts have come from. I understand that I've had fear in the past, but in this now moment, I'm choosing to come into my heart and let my heart lead me in what all of this means to me. For you see, beloveds, you can come together as a whole by coming into yourself as an individual. This is a bit of an irony around this whole oneness thought. You must become one with yourself before you can contribute to the oneness of all humanity. And many of you are living outside of yourself, or living life the way others told you you should be, or living life the way the media thinks you should think about this virus. No, come back to yourself, come back to your center, become one with yourself, and find out what your heart is telling you about this. This is the initial part of this task. And then when worldly events happen, or even when events happen in your individual life experience that seem like a challenge or seem like a difficulty, come back into the heart and find out what this means for you. And many of you are now asking, how do we come into that heart space when so much is happening on the outside and there is so much turmoil? And it takes dedication and commitment, beloveds. You can write with gratitude, write pages and pages of gratitude that will bring you into your heart. This one, in one of her workshops, gets people to come together in pairs, and for 3 minutes she times them. 1.5 minutes each. One person at a time says to the other, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, I am grateful for 1.5 minutes nonstop, each time saying, I am grateful for. I'm grateful for the sun shining today. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for the warmth that I have. I'm grateful for my children and my family. I'm grateful that I can walk. I'm grateful for my health. And do this for 1.5 minutes and you will drop into the heart. She does this as part of a channeling experience. And when people do this gratitude for 1.5 minutes, then they are to tune into the other person and see what they pick up about the other person. And people are amazed at what they get because the heart knows. And this drops you into your heart. So if you use this activity, beloveds, bring yourself into your heart and then ask your heart, what is this experience for me? What does this mean to me? So that you come to know yourself and you become empowered within yourself. Once you are empowered within yourself, what happens on the outside world need not have any relevance for you whatsoever. You can choose to engage in it, or you can choose that it's not the reality that you'd like to have, and you just stay in your own heart space. You can choose to contribute in a different way and offer love when everybody else is moving about in fear. But it is only from this place of being in your center that you can make this choice. And so we will leave it there today, beloveds, with this invitation for you to find your way back to your hearts, find your way back to your center, the oneness within yourself, so that you can become empowered and you can choose whether the activities of the outside world are going to be your truth and your reality or not. It really can be a choice, beloved. It isn't that it changes on the outside, it's that you change on the inside in the way you see it and your perspective of it. We want you to know that there is so much love for you all. All beings from many, many universes are watching over you in these times. And your guides and those who watch over you are here to lovingly support you. So remember to invite them in. Remember to ask for their help. And know that there is always a bigger picture. And everything is in divine order, beloveds, even though it may seem like it's complete chaos. There is a Chinese symbol that shows opportunity and chaos as being the same symbol. So we would like you to know that as all of this unfolds, the greatest way that you can serve yourself and all of humanity is to find your way into the heart. 1.5 minutes of spoken gratitude. Set your timer because it can seem like a long time. We love you, dear ones. So much love to you all. Okay. With that, I will bring through some light language to help us to integrate what they brought through in that channeling, and also to help us believe that we can come back into our center and be the creators of our lives and come back into the oneness within ourselves. So I'll bring that through now. Yakna I maktaka I ichkana atwa eila. Himalawa a iknayo ichkana atwa ei. Maktaka hi ochkano akma I alawa atna. Mataka chikna atma I alawa alatne. Umalala I ana ichkana atwa e. Itakakachna ikma atwa a. Iknayo chki akwa I alawa ichkana. I maktaki ichknayo ki cha nik tak 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 tak. Yalawala lilala ochkana minanawa yanano anna Himakalawa a ikana atwa ich kanayo kana atwa e. Hutaka ila imala alawa atna imaka atwa e I kanayo chki okini. Uhalawa he I o kana atwa. Miachka I kana o ikanawa e ich kanai. Ui, ui, ui. Yamana a iala ila lawa e ina. Mitakai o I kachi kana atwa e. Itakaka atwa I ana awa. Amala alawa e ich kanayo kichna atwa e. Imaktaki ich kana atwa e I akna ikawa. Ikalawa o ich kana mikayachni. Maktaki ich kana atwa e I. Umaka ich kana otaki I akana. Ichakna atma e I olawa atwa ne. Amatna I wana achkani oka. Italawa o ich kai ikana atwa e. Moptakawa atna I okana. Makilawa a ichkana. Ichkanawa he I aktaka I akanawa ata. Thanks to all of you for being present. They were clearing from our throats, our hearts, reprogramming our minds, like doing clearing in there. And then at the end, it was so beautiful because I saw everyone who's listening to this light language dropping into their center, into their power as a being on this earth, into the knowing of all that they are. And it was like all of us just holding stillness. I could see how different the earth is going to be once we all drop into our center and become empowered within ourselves once again. It's like just beautiful stillness and calm and such integrity in the being. All of the old systems removed that had us believing that we were less than. We are magnificent beings as humans. I just saw that in this light language. And so I invite you to listen often. Thank you so much for being here and being present. And also to everyone who comments and subscribes. It is very helpful for me in my channel and to be able to get this message out there in the world. So I'm deeply grateful for that and sending so much love to you all. And to all who are finding difficulty and challenge in this time, my heart goes out to you, sending a golden white ray of light to all who are in need. So much love.